Today I've got an easy way to create a shaped edge on a card. Hi, it's Therese from Lostinpaper, and this new set called Wavy Outlines Die is awesome. It's part of a new release from Altenew, November 2019. So I have decided to use that to make a shaped edge card. This set kind of coordinates with a previous stamp and die set from Altenew called the Wavy Roses, and on the right is the actual outline die, and on the left I've just joined them together, and you can see they're actually the same shape. So that gave me an idea to create an easy sort of shaped edge on a card. So what I'm doing here, I've actually got a landscape side fold card, and I'm working out where I want my image to be. So to do that, listen to that thunder. To do that, I've just held the stamp in place and then laid the die underneath it. But I was just going to show you here, if you don't have that coordinating die, you can simply use the die from the Wavy Outline set and draw the edge and then just fussy cut it. It would work just as well. And because we're going to be using the outline die cut, you're actually really not going to see that edge anyway. So you may have noticed I've taped my die in place, and I did put a couple of tick marks on the back of the front of my card. And now what I'm doing is I'm actually lining it up with a normal cutting sandwich in my big shot, and I'm going to do some partial die cutting here. So I'm holding the top plate over the portion that I want cut. Now this is important because I always get this the wrong way around. And luckily my whole card wouldn't fit through the die cutting machine, so I had to put it in the right place today. But often I have to mark the side that I want to cut because I kind of look at it wrong. But I just then rolled the actual machine over the portion that I needed to cut, and then there was a little section here that didn't cut properly, so I'm using my craft knife just to cut that away. Now, obviously this isn't going to work out perfectly, it's not made for an edge of a card, but I'll show you how to get around that a little bit later on today. I've got this is some design paper from Altenew, and it's from a set called the Celebrations, and I've got sort of a watercolory look, and I've die cut this Wavy Outlines die from that, and this is going to be an inlaid die cut technique. And how pretty is this? So look at that. I really need to make another card with that, and I didn't do that today. I'm getting slack. It's getting near the end of the year. I've been so good this year at using up all my bits and pieces. So I did try and even up those edges a little bit, but I'm still not happy with how that is. I added some splatters to the front of my card and a sentiment, which is from the Stone Mosaic set. I love the fonts and the sentiments in this set. They make me smile. And I've also die cut the Wavy Outlines die again from some jet black cardstock. Added some liquid glue to the back of it, just small dots of liquid glue. And often when I do an inlaid die cut technique, I just use like a tape runner beneath it, but I wanted that wiggle room, and thought the liquid glue would give me that. Now the black die cut does kind of have a couple of the little edges. I didn't line it up perfectly. It's not exactly, haven't found it exactly 100% perfect on the edges, but I'll show you how to fix that shortly. And now it's just a matter of inlaying my pieces of my flowers. The trick here is to make sure that you keep all those little pieces, and I should have put them in a little bowl. I did have to do a little search here. I couldn't find, and it's always those tiny pieces that you can, and there it is. I was so happy I found that. I was thinking I'm going to have to try and die cut this again and get a colour that's kind of going to coordinate, but it worked out fine. So here's my dilemma. I initially thought maybe about using the same design paper on my leaves. I had the black sitting there, so I thought about that. In the end, I came in with the green. No, what do you think? I think the green looks the prettiest, but I really did like the boldness of having the black on the leaves too. Alright, so this is how I got to, I just had some very small edges of white cardstock showing here, and I added some multi-liner, or you could just use any black marker to fix up the edges of this. I can't even speak. Fix up the edges of the cards. I actually just cut them away, and it's not perfect, but you're never going to notice because it's cut so close now. It's not so obvious. And I thought it'd be fun to add some bold black and white stripes on the inside of the card. And this is from the, excuse me while I talk over the storm, don't mind that at all. Gosh. Actually, it was dark at 4 o'clock because this storm was coming through, and now it's I can see daylight on the other side, so hopefully it'll be over soon. Alright, so I added some essential black and white paper from the paper pack and some Greenfields enamel dots. So don't forget to head to my blog and find out how to win. The link will be in the description below. Just leave a comment and also see the other cards that I've made using this release and find out who else is hopping along and see what they've made. So till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.